Okay. What is up, y'all? Hello. Welcome back. Welcome to. Thanks so much for being here today. We are in the midst, in the nitty-gritty of fall now. And with that, I thought I would bring you guys a fun video. I am bringing you guys 10 books that scream fall. Some of these are more tailored towards October, you know, the spooky, creepy vibes, and others are more the overall feeling of cold weather, sweater season, scarf time. They are the fall ambiance. Without further ado, let's get into the 10 books. The first book I have is maybe the most iconic October book ever, besides like Dracula, Frankenstein. This is, for those of you who don't know, about a doctor who creates a monster, and it's just that journey. But this is a book that just screams fall and October, monsters and spookiness. It just hits all of the marks. So, number one is Frankenstein. The second book that I have is A Discovery of Witches. I solely bought this book because it is a TV show. I had seen the trailer for this TV show and thought it looked so good, and soon after discovered it was a book. You know, I had to get it. I love reading books before I watch the TV shows or movies. I don't know, it's a nice flavor added element thing going on. But this is a star-crossed lovers sort of situation. There are witches, vampires, demons, supernatural creatures, as well as this young girl. She discovers she is a descendant of witches. There's a book about something sprinkled in there, and then all these supernatural beings are trying to get the book, I think. But one of them is this vampire, and love ensues, drama ensues, a journey ensues. The third book that I have is one that I recently purchased, and I think it was part of one of my book hauls. I don't know, put it up there. But it is The Parable of the Sorrow. This seems just like the perfect fall book for 2020. It's a dystopian novel about the post-apocalyptic world. There we go. Besides just the colors, this isn't just a scream. This is fall, right? This is fall in a cover. I really feel like with climate change and the social unrest, especially in the United States that we're going through, this just sounds like it would hit a chord. So, The Parable of the Sorrow, or just Parable of the Sorrow. You didn't think that I was not going to include a suspenseful thriller in this list, because next we got Mexican Gothic. This is a suspenseful thriller about a girl who receives a letter from a relative, I believe a cousin, asking her to come and save her, basically. So she goes to this mansion, and there's characters there who are funky and odd and off, and it is her job, her role, to not only save herself, but to save her family. I have heard great things about this, and also just like this cover. Are you kidding? Dead flowers, if that doesn't scream fall, what does? The next book we have is one that has to be read, I feel, in a cozy chair, wrapped up in a blanket, warm fuzzy socks on, candles roaring, candles on, fire roaring, and maybe some light pitter patter of rain outside. And it is Pride and Prejudice. I think I have talked about this in every video for the last 3, maybe? I've said it, I'll say it again. I've never read it. So I'm really needing to create this perfect ambiance, I feel, to thoroughly enjoy it. This just, it just screams cozy vibes. I am going to be reading this in October, so if anyone wants to see a reading vlog of my first experience with Jane Austen, let me know. That is why this has made the list of one of the 10 books you should read this fall. So the next book is a little out of left field, but hear me out, stay with me. It is Tell Me Lies. I feel that this is on my list because this time last year I was reading this. I have such uncomfortable, funky feelings about this book. It doesn't really seem like it would scream fall. It's set in California, college. It is about this girl who is trying to fit in and meets this guy named Steven. He's kind of bad news, but she is enthralled by him. Sorry, I should say this. It is not a love story. It is just this really gripping, raw, hard to read at times book. I read this last fall and it really just hits the creepy vibe differently than I think suspense or thriller does. This is number, 5, 6 on my list. The next one is a big boy. Midnight Sun. This came out recently within the last 3 months, I believe. And it is Twilight from the perspective of Edward. You already know there are supernatural creatures. The weather's always crappy there. It really is just fall and the end of summer specifically in this book. So the next book I have is The Night Circus. Again, a book that screams fall. All of these do. I need to stop saying that. But I don't know if this is an enemies turn lovers kind of thing, or if it's just opposite sides turned lovers. I don't know. I haven't read it. This is about a circus, and behind the scenes there is a competition going on, and there are 2 people that are kind of vying for first place, and unbeknownst to them, only one of them will be left standing, and they fall in love. Chaos ensues, I guess. The next book I have is Wuthering Heights. Similar to Pride and Prejudice, this is a book that I feel needs to be read in the comfort of a cozy day. You know, it's a little dreary outside, you're tucked in, you're snuggled in, maybe you have some hot cocoa or some cider, some pumpkin pie next to you. I don't know. But that is the vibes that I get from this. I have not read this book yet, but I know that it is a doomed lovers situation going on. It is by Emily Bronte, so it is another classic I've never read. But nonetheless, I feel that this book really softly speaks fall. Last but certainly not least, we have The Graveyard Book. This is about a young boy who lives and is growing up living in a graveyard, and he is being raised by ghosts. There is a man, I think his name is Jack, who is kind of out to try to kill him, and he's only safe when he's in the graveyard, I think. And there you have it. Those are 10 books that, in my opinion, just encapsulate the vibes and feeling of fall. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, evening, morning, what have you. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.